Thank you for clicking on my audio version of my anthology. Here, I will be reading my poems in my own inflection. Feel free to follow along as I read some tall, torturous tales. Far into the woods, there's a town the world forgot. A circus stands, smelling deeply of rot. The childlike freaks frolic and flail. Two-headed jester, blue beast, and diva so frail. Faces festering and eyes melting away, singing songs of pain day upon day, gazing into their pitiful eyes as a large shadow blacks out the starlit sky. The ringmaster takes me, I scream, she cares none. I want to leave, I want to die, but it's so fun. This is the tale of Darkwood Circus, a tale of a town where a circus plays every day, only consisting of technically four freaks. A two-headed jester, a blind girl with legs of a goat and voice of silk, and a young boy whose brain was switched with that of a dog. The ringmaster is implied to have kidnapped these children when they came to see the circus themselves, and turned them into the freaks that we now see. But with the poor needlework and the use of acid as punishment, the children are rotting from the inside out, causing pain that can only be called hellish. Despite this, their constant pleas to die, they cannot bring themselves to end their own lives, as the circus is just so fun. Deep in the woods, far into the trees, a home for the homeless where bravest flee. Isolated from the world, their screams unheard, their begging for mercy ignored, every last word. Under blade of steel, their minds broken, their bodies immortal, their souls forsaken. Their smiles adorable, their games so fun, their faces terrifying, but don't dare run. The doctors ran, yet you're here again, here to play the game, you know its name. This is the tale of Kagome Kagome, or in English, Circle You, Circle You. This song tells the tale of an orphanage deep in the woods, where experiments were conducted on the children who lived there. The song shows you going deep into the orphanage, which seems to be dilapidated, except for one room with a red door. The room is very clean, with a group of 10 children and a caretaker. The caretaker invites you into the room to play the game, at which point, kneel on the floor. The children gather around you, all with an adorable smile. But when the lights go out, their faces change into a look so horrific that it makes you flinch out of fear. But keep in mind, if you do flinch, or even move in the slightest way, they will tear you into pieces. There's more to the story that people have come up with over the years to fill in the blanks and to answer why the children are like this. That's where the Nazi experiments come into play. I don't have time to get into it here, so I implore you to go read the story for yourself, if you're interested. And remember, don't flinch. Blood-soaked knives, flame-charred flesh. He killed them young, he killed them fresh. His hunt, his game, his legacy, his fame. His pleasure, his pain, indistinguishable. His hunger, his thirst, unquenchable. Broken and beaten, the child became a monster. Albert Fish, the Grey Man, the Boogeyman, the Werewolf of Wisteria. The forbidden fruit, the pleasures they provide. Francis, Billy, Grace. This is how they died. This is the tale of Secrets of Wisteria, a song made about a real-life serial killer by the name of Albert Fish, who in my mind is the worst serial killer in American history. His crimes live in infamy for their cruelty and brutality. He was a murderer, a cannibal, a sadomasochist, and a child molester. Even children as young as 7 weren't safe. He was a monster through and through. But this song in particular tells the tale of his best-known victim, little Grace Budd, who he lured into a secluded house under guise of taking her to a birthday party. It was there he strangled her to death, took her remains home, and proceeded to eat her over the course of several months. After a few years, he sent the Budds a letter detailing how his friend inspired him to become a cannibal, and how their daughter died. In the song itself, if you reverse the end, you can hear an excerpt from his letter he sent to his parents of the girl he murdered, detailing her taste and how she cried for her mother as he strangled her. In the dark of night, with air quiet as death, the train rattles and rides with foul breath. Leaving the steel coffin alone in the silence, the world is dead despite all appearance. Walking along the tracks with a light to guide me, now running from the station by the name of Kisaragi. The sound of drums coming from my back, I turn, a one-legged man on the track. I ran into the darkness, afraid and alone, as he'll help me, but my dying light tells me to run home. This is the tale of the song Kisaragi Station. Well, I call it Kisaragi Station, but in all reality, the song has no title, nor does the YouTube account that the song was uploaded. You see, there's a tradition with this song, that you can only view the original if you were chosen by the song, and find it in your recommended. This is an example of a song being so ambiguous that people have taken what they can find and made a story out of it, out of what they could gather. With regards to this song, the story tells of the disappearance of a young girl named Hasumi on the midnight train to go home from work. As the night goes on, the world around her begins to become more and more chaotic, as she begins to lose her mind, with only her phone and the people on the social media network 2chan to help her along her way. At the end, she meets a man who offers to help take her home into his car. But at the end of the song, it states that Hasumi was never heard from again. Flowers arise with colors so beautiful, their petals so different, their stalks each resemble. Reaching up towards the starlit sky, petals flap in the wind as if to fly. But why would they leave from my dear garden? May as the night grow colder, they harden. No longer do they flap, only do they stand, rotting in the sunlight, bringing insects to my land. As they rot, more and more the petals fall away. Under the morning light, my flowers of flesh decay. This is the tale of the song Fear Garden, a simple and even comedic song that details Reen's hobby of taking alms from her friends and planting them in her garden. That's not really much else to it other than that. The song is a mix of chaotic imagery and static music, with Lean's voice becoming more and more distorted over time, as if the insanity is growing stronger. This song feels as though it's trying to make you lose your sanity with its musical composition, and the visuals being so chaotic without form or reason, that it tries to make you get whatever you can get out. This chaotic song makes you feel nothing but dread and fear as you try to make order out of the chaos. Lost in the darkness and insanity, lost in the tragedy of my reality. Voices in my head telling me I'm dead. If so, then tell me why I feel such dread. Singing to dull the pain, but it's all in vain. Falling deeper into darkness and despair, screaming into the abyss, why am I here? I feel the shadows creeping into my soul, falling deeper and deeper into this black hole. This poem tells the tale of tendrils of tenebrae. This song shows us the declining sanity of a young boy who has lost all hope, and whose only way out of the pain coming from his own mind is the sweet release of death. The lyrics do nothing to make the song any more uplifting, as they're just as soul-rending as a musical composition, complete and utterly destroying any hope you may have that this boy may make it out of whatever has happened to him to make in this way. Hopeless and utterly nihilistic. In this dark room, hiding from her, hiding from the demon who I'm call mother, my thin neck under her cruel hands, her face hidden behind hair's matted strands, her neck twisting away from me, towards the closet, looking close to see. She lets go of me, my body falls to the floor. I scream out for him to run as she gets closer to the door. He runs out, covered in blood. She twists his neck, and he falls with a thud. This is the tale of Okasan, or Mother. A song that goes into detail of an abusive mother that holds her daughter and many other children in her home to one day kill. In the song, we hear that 2 children have escaped from her and are hiding, but as she soon finds both and kills them by snapping their necks. If you reverse the song, you can hear that there are a whole group of children in the house, but you wouldn't know that if you listened to it normally, would you? At the end of the song, we don't know what happened to the other children, but guessing by the fate of the other 2, they died at the hands of Okasan. Atabisu Arisu. Once upon a time, as all stories start, a dream born from maddest mind and darkest heart. Tiny and fleeting, the dream feared death, harvesting souls to continue drawing breath. The dream fashioned into a place of madness, a song of insanity without a cadence. 5 souls lost in the madness. 5 souls by the name of Alice. The warrior, the singer, the queen and the twins, lost forever, as no matter your cards, the house always wins. This is the tale of Atabisu Arisu, or in English, Alice of Human Sacrifice. The song tells of a dream that was born with the gift of consciousness, but with this gift came the knowledge of the dream's own demise. Desperate, the dream sought out humans to help it build its world, taking on the appearance of the Lewis Carroll classic, Alice in Wonderland. It lured 4 Alices and 5 souls into its realm. A warrior woman in red who held the Jack of Spades, a singing man in blue who held the King of Diamonds, a queen in green who held the Queen of Clubs, and finally, the yellow twins who each held half of the Ace of Hearts. Each of them go by grisly fates, and their souls were doomed to eternally wander in Wonderland.